When you think of the African National Congress, the ANC, what comes to mind? For a long time, it was this incredible symbol of liberation, dignity, and the fight for a fair South Africa. But now, it feels like that legacy is being seriously questioned. Many South Africans feel the party has strayed so far from its original promises, leading to this widespread disillusionment, especially with all the corruption scandals and failing infrastructure.
It's a really stark contrast, isn't it? You go from being the literal embodiment of the struggle against apartheid, a global beacon of hope, to now facing constant accusations of broken promises and systemic failure. It's a story about what happens after the revolution is won.
Right. And a key part of that story seems to be the influence of power itself. There's a strong feeling that after Nelson Mandela stepped down, leadership within the ANC transformed. It went from being a commitment to public service to becoming, well, a prize to be fought for.
That's a perfect way to put it. Leadership became a prize, and when that's the goal, it's no surprise that some leaders would start prioritizing personal gain. That's the direct line to massive corruption scandals like state capture, and you see the fallout everywhere, the failing power grid, the water shortages. When the focus shifts from serving the people to acquiring wealth, the foundational principles of the movement just inevitably start to erode.
So it's not that the entire movement was inherently evil from the start?
Not at all. Flawed? Yes. Corrupt individuals? Absolutely. But the idea, the movement for a free and democratic South Africa, is bigger than one leader or one scandal. The tragedy is how those individual failings have tarnished the whole project.
I see. So, looking ahead, how can that trust possibly be rebuilt? The general idea seems to be a return to basics: transparency, accountability, and a genuine commitment to serving the people. But after all this, is it realistic?
It's the only path forward. And despite the anger and, frankly, the sense of hopelessness many people feel, ordinary South Africans still have a role to play. They can demand better. It's about active citizenship, using your vote, protesting peacefully, writing, speaking up, and holding every single leader accountable.
That makes sense. I read this one activist perspective, how his generation had to choose hope under apartheid. For the current generation, facing this kind of disillusionment from their own leaders, what's the difference in how they should choose hope? What happens if they just don't?
That's the critical question. Back then, hope was about fighting for a freedom you didn't have. Today, it's about channeling anger and disappointment constructively to protect the freedom that was won. The older generation achieved freedom, even if it's imperfect. Now it's this generation's struggle to make that democracy actually work for everyone. If they give up hope, they risk losing everything that was fought for. It's not just about personal optimism, it's about the collective future of the country.
So, the challenges are huge, but that spirit of demanding better, of continuously trying to build something better, is what keeps the possibility of change alive. That's a powerful thought.
Exactly. To sum it all up, I think there are a few key things to remember. The ANC has gone from a symbol of liberation to a party criticized for corruption. This shift is often tied to power becoming a corrupting influence, especially after Mandela turning leadership from service into self-interest. This has led to huge public disillusionment because of scandals and failures in basic services like electricity and water. To fix this, the party needs to get back to transparency and accountability. But most importantly, ordinary citizens can and must drive that change by being active, by voting, by speaking out, and by holding their leaders to account.